Coffee Break with me. Woo! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. So, a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I asked you on Twitter and Instagram, I said, okay, let's say that we want to do our nails for a special function. What are functions or events that stick out in your mind that you're like, I wonder what an appropriate manicure would look like for X function or XYZ function? And so many of you, I mean, you guys are so helpful. Sometimes I feel like that kid at school that waits till the last minute and all of his friends at school help him do his homework. I feel that's what you guys do for me. Sometimes I run dry of ideas, and I swear I ask you, and in 2 minutes I have like 600 ideas from you guys. You guys are awesome, so thank you so much for your suggestions. So what I decided to do was come up with a list of 10 functions or events and pick my favorite manicure, nail polish color, or style, what inspired me or what I would wear in that scenario or that particular occasion. Now remember that this is just my personal opinion, and you also want to keep in mind that I love color. I love color. I love anything bright. But I also am very classic and traditional. So when it comes to certain functions or events, I still like to be classic and traditional and romantic. So there might be some that sound a little cliche for you, and others that you'll be like, oh, you crazy girl. And then there will be others that'll be like, huh, I never thought about that. So I'm gonna share some colors that I picked out for these certain occasions. And of course, you guys know my favorite shopping site for nail polish recently is Live.Love.Polish. So I did get these polishes all on that website. And like always, I will also link all of these nail polishes down below. Link them or list them. I'll do something, but I'll put them in the description box below. I'm gonna try and weasel you guys a discount code, but I can't guarantee it because I've already asked before. So hopefully I can get you guys a deal or something, but I don't know. I also swatched 10 of these nail polishes for you, so I don't know if I'll insert them now or in between each color. You know, I don't have fancy editing software, so I can't do like the color swatch here and then me talking over here. You know how some of your favorite YouTubers do that cool stuff where they're over here like meh, 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 and then over here is like a fancy picture. I can't do that. Welcome to my not so big face. So the first occasion that I want to talk to you guys about is work. And I know for work, you guys are like, ugh, I hate to be so boring. You know, I work, I'm a teacher, I work in an office, or I do this, or I do that. And I want it to be, I still want to look pretty and cool, but I don't know what to do. What are your tips or recommendations? So I have had a variety of jobs. So when you tell me what's work appropriate, I would say, you know, in college, I worked at Victoria's Secret. And then I also worked at a hospital as a surgical coordinator. I was a nutritionist. I was a teacher. So I can't recommend a nail polish for someone in the food industry like when I was a culinary arts teacher, because you can't wear nail polish. And when you were a teacher, I was a high school teacher teaching culinary arts. So when we weren't in the kitchen doing labs, I would do all kinds of fun colors and fun manicures like I do now on my channel, because that's just my personality. So this is going to be like a very generic response for someone that, you know, works around people, but maybe not like a food handler or in like the medical field, because I would say nothing. I would say keep your hands sanitary. So I have 2 recommendations. The first one is called Relique, and I think it's like relic, but I think it's in French. And you might be surprised at my suggestion, but I'm a huge, huge fan of really grayish taupes. I think they're the most beautiful colors. This one's from the brand LVX, and I did swatch this one for you guys, so maybe I'll insert a clip here. Did you see how fancy that was? I inserted a clip here. So this is called Relique from LVX. This is more of like a posh high-end type polish. And it's really pretty. It's a neutral color. It's very flattering on a lot of people. It's very similar to Merino Cool from Essie. But then I have another suggestion for those of you that are like, okay, well, you know what, Dani, that's that might be pushing the envelope. So how about Macaroon? And it's called Macaroon, R-O-O-N, in case you're wondering. And it looks like this. It's just a really beautiful neutral color. It's a beige leaning towards peach, so it's still going to give you that tint on your nails, but it's not going to be as fully opaque as, say, like the gray that is on my nails right now. So that would be, those would be two of my most popular suggestions for work appropriate. Let's say you're going to a wedding. You're either going to be the bride or you're going to a wedding. I know some of you aren't going to believe me, but if I got the chance to redo my wedding, I wouldn't have done the classic French white tips that everyone does. I think it is so done. I think it's overdone. I think it's kind of boring. And I think that when you're getting married or you're going to a wedding, it's a celebration of a new beginning. And it's also a moment to capture your essence of your life at that moment in your life. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna go get your makeup done and you want all this crazy contouring and like fancy and giant eyelashes, I kind of wish, I'm glad that I did my own makeup. I kind of wish I knew how to do makeup when I got married because my makeup wasn't really good the way I did it. But I'm really happy that I was able to just capture my baby face at that moment when I got married. So the same thing goes for my nails. I really wish I had done a really classic, beautiful strawberry cherry red, like a classic red. This one is also from LVX and it's called Cerise or Cherry, but when you put it on your nails, I do have a swatch of it. When you put it on your nails, it looks more of like a strawberry color. And so I think that red and pink really capture the essence of a woman, especially at a time in your life when you're getting married. It just, to me, it just reminds me of moving into the second chapter of your life, or the third or the fourth, or I don't know what chapter, but moving into another chapter of your life where you become, you know, a wife, and it's time to celebrate your womanhood. Now you're gonna be a wife, not just a woman, and it's just, I don't know, it's something special about having like a bread nail, like a statement nail. It reminds you of being feminine, but still being powerful and capturing the essence of your femininity. Let's say it's your birthday. I'm still one of those adults that is like, hey, it's my birthday in 3 months. Like I start the countdown like 6 months before my birthday. I love birthdays. Birthdays are so fun. It's the one day a year where you're like, today is all about me. Let's celebrate me. I want to be fun. I just want to be all about me, and not in a selfish way, in a fun way. Like, I was born on this day. Let's have fun, you know? And so this color for me is that. This is NCLA's Let Them Eat Cake. How appropriate is that? And you can't really tell, but it's like a really pale lilac or lavender jelly glitter. I'm going to insert a swatch of it. And it's just the most beautiful color ever. It screams like, it's my birthday, let's have fun. You know, it doesn't matter if you're turning 12 or if you're turning 70, it's a fun polish. There's something about having a jelly glitter polish because it's a little toned down because of the jelly about it, but it's also loaded with glitter. So it's like, boom, it makes a statement, like it's my day. Now let's say you're going on vacation, and for vacation, this one's tricky because it doesn't matter if you're gone for 2 days or you're gone for 2 weeks. You don't have time to touch up your manicure, so you want to make sure that your manicure is on point. I would say if you're going on vacation, you do something more long wearing like a gel, even though I'm not a fan of gel nail polishes, so maybe like a decal, but two really fun colors that just remind me of vacation. Even if you're going to ski in the mountains or if you're going to, you know, snorkel with the dolphins, doesn't matter where you're going, you want a fun nail polish. Like, I'm on vacation, I'm gonna give my brain a rest, I'm leaving my cell phone in the hotel, and I'm gonna have fun and I'm gonna let loose because I'm on vacation. And these two colors are perfect for that. The first one is from LVX and it's called Deco, and I do have a swatch of this one for you guys. And then the second one is from Floss Gloss, and this one is called Wet. I mean, I need this in my life, right? Like, when my friend Samantha swatched it, I was like, Samantha, I'll need that color. And she's like, yeah, you do. This color was invented for you. So these two colors really remind me of vacation. They remind me of unplugging, letting go, and just letting loose. But if you were to go, like if you were to say, okay, Dani, let's get real. Let's be serious. If you were like, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks, you know, 3 weeks or whatever. You want to wear a color that when it chips, it's going to be camouflage. So keep that in mind. So if you're going to go on a vacation, especially like a tropical vacation where you're in water a lot, your polish is going to chip. So make sure you wear something that when it chips, because it will, won't be so obvious. Now let's say that you're going to a party. Any kind of party, birthday party, work party, anniversary party, baptism, I don't care what kind of party you're going to, but it's going to be a celebration, a party, a celebration. What color do you want to wear? This one's, I think this one is a safe choice, but it's such an elegant choice, and I just can't get over how beautiful it is. This one's from a brand called Tenoverten, and I do have a swatch of it for you guys, so I'll let you see that first. And so you can tell in the bottle, it looks like almost like if it was a really deep ox blood, almost brown color, but it is a very sheer polish. You do 2 coats and it's the most beautiful ox blood color ever. So let's say that you're going to go to a really formal function, like, I don't know, a work ball or something. It's a very elegant color. If you're going to go to a baptism, baptisms are very, you know, serious, they're formal, they're very special, but it's a big celebration. It's a very elegant color. If you're going to go out for your girlfriend's like divorce party, it's a really sexy color. So it's one of those colors that has a little bit of like blurred lines. It's sexy, but it's elegant. It's flattering on all skin tones. So I'm a huge fan. I've always been a huge fan of like really deep ox blood red. A suggestion that I got from you guys a lot was meeting the parents, meeting the boyfriend's parents, meeting, you know, whoever your significant other's parents are. And I mean, it was a huge request. Like, what would you wear? Honestly, I would be myself 100. And if that's a chipped manicure, or if that's a fluorescent electric hot pink, or if that's, you know, those claw acrylic nails, you know which ones I'm talking about? You have to be yourself, because you can only temporarily fake the funk. You know, it's only going to last a little while. The charade will end and eventually you'll be yourself. So I would say that's not as important. But if it's like meeting the parents and you're meeting them for the first time at a restaurant or at a nice restaurant, or I don't know, at their home, they're cooking dinner, or you're cooking dinner and they're coming over, and you want to look pretty, I think a really safe color would be like the one that I'm wearing right now, and it's on these fingers right here. And this is a color called Dove from RGB, which, you know, it's my fanciest, most favoriteest fancy brand in the whole world. And this is just a really, really pale, chalky gray. I don't know why, and I don't know what it is about having a cream white based nail that makes hands look really, really pretty. So I don't know if you want to draw attention to yourself, so that might be another thing that you want to consider. But the name's kind of funny, isn't it? Dove. You're like, Dove, and I'm meeting the in-laws, even though we both know it's more like crow. No, I'm just kidding. So this is my suggestion. I just like this polish in general. I would wear this for work. I'm wearing it now and I really, really like it. So it's just a really pretty color. I think what I did is I ended up picking colors that are multi-purpose. They all are elegant, but they're all pretty but fun. You know, talk about accomplishments. You graduated, you got an award, you got a promotion, you beat cancer. Oh, that's not even an accomplishment. That's a miracle and amazing all up in itself. But you want to celebrate and you want to be like, I'm here, I'm roaring, I'm powerful, I did it, hell yeah. What would I recommend? I picked one of these colors and then someone suggested this other color. It's probably not one of my favorite colors, but she just says that this type of green really makes her feel empowered. So I thought I would take her advice because she's kind of a nail queen. And this is the nail polish Stop the Clock from UNT. And she just says that something about this really deep, intense, like sapphire green that makes her feel unstoppable. So Stop the Clock, the name is kind of appropriate, and it is. I mean, it takes a really strong, brave woman to wear a color like this. This is a really strong statement color, and I think it's definitely a color that you would want to put on if you're like, heck yeah, I did it. The color that I picked for an accomplishment is a color called Gilt from RGB. And I can't do it justice here on film, so I'm gonna insert the swatch now. This color is, I'm not a fan of gold nail polish. I've never been a fan of gold nail polish. This is like a rubbed, antiqued gold nail polish. It's so elegant. It just is reminiscent of like old Roman times. It is just it's just such a beautiful gold. It says, hell yeah, I'm wearing gold on my nails, but it's not flashy. You know what I mean? It's just, it's celebration color. It's a beautiful color. It's so elegant. I really, really like it. And I like that even though it's a shimmer polish, on the nails, it looks almost glittery, but it's not hard to take off like most glitters. Let's talk about portraits or photography. These are pictures that are going to be hanging in your house forever. Now, I am a huge fan of black and white photography, and when it comes to black and white photography, doesn't matter what color you put on your nails, it's going to look weird in the picture because it's going to just white out that area of your nails. So if you're doing black and white photography, I would say either do a really pretty French tip, not with a white nail polish though, with like a cream colored or a beige colored nail polish, and then a clear coat over, or just do clear all over your nails. If you're doing color photography, I would suggest the same thing. You want to do like a beigey, creamy colored nail polish, or you want to do a really beautiful clear or sheer pink so that your nails look healthy and long. People say that women with long nails tend to look more feminine, and I know a lot of times women don't like to have long nails. I personally hate long nails. I never have long nails, never. But if I'm going to take pictures, for example, my husband and I love to take pictures every year with my son. And so every time we're going to take pictures together, I just fake a French tip on my nails and use it for the pictures. And since we do black and white photography, it makes my nails look long when they really aren't. So I just do a fake little tip with a creamy or a beige nail polish like these right here. And I'm going to show you guys a swatch of one of them. Just fake a little French tip. It makes my nails look longer and feminine, but it also doesn't wash out my nail bed in the pictures. So it's still going to look like, hey, I got my nails done. Hey, my nails are long and feminine, but they're still, they still look pretty and timeless in the pictures. What are colors that I reach for when I want to be cheered up, or when I need a pick-me-up, or I don't know, something that will distract me if I'm sad or disappointed, or that will just help me dwell in that moment if I'm not feeling so good. And I picked two colors for you. The first one is again from UNT, and this one is called Break Up Blues. Something about a baby blue is just so soft and warming. It kind of reminds me of like Downy or the Snuggle Bear. That smell that kind of feels like a hug, like a warm hug. When you take out like a clean blanket out of the dryer after laundering it, a baby blue just to me reminds me of a warm hug. And you know what they say is baby blue is actually a sad color. So they never recommend painting any walls in your home baby blue because they depress you or they bring your mood down, which is very interesting. To me, it's always been like a cuddly color. So I really like that one. And then I'm going to show you guys a swatch of the next one. Bam, right? This is a color from Color Club, and Color Club never disappoints me. Color Club always has just really awesome colors, whether they're pastel, hot pink, or whatever. They just always have really beautiful colors. This is an electric hot pink with a gold shimmer in it. You can't see it in the bottle, but you saw it in the swatch, right? It's a really unique color. And so when I'm like, boom, I'm out of my funk, I'm happy, I'm excited, let me put on a color that when I look down, I'm like, yep, that's how I feel right now. It's definitely a color like this one, and this one's called Peace, Love, and Polish. And now let's talk about a ball, a gala, a very formal function. You want something that says, boom, fireworks and celebration. And I really like this color from Colores de Carol. This is a nail polish called Bling. This is an indie brand. I said it in my Spanish accent, so it's Colors by Carol, I guess would be the name, but it's Colores de Carol, and she designs really beautiful colors. Really, it's an indie line, so she has a lot of glitters. This is a holographic glitter, and I have this one on these two fingers right here, but I'm also going to insert a swatch so you guys can see it up close. You can see it's just a really beautiful color. It's like a firework explosion on your nails. So if you're gonna go to an event, it doesn't matter what color dress you're wearing, that's a celebration color, so it's gonna go with everything. So those are all of my suggestions. Like I said, just my opinion. You guys know that your personality has a lot to do with the colors that you gravitate towards. So like, you may have thought that I am completely insane with all these suggestions, or I may have opened you up to a color that you may have not even considered for the type of occasion that I suggested. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I'm going to list all of these products in the description box below. If I said something, let's say I listed an occasion that you were like, I have the perfect color, I really want to hear your input, so please leave that in the comment section below. Check the description for additional information, and I think that's it, guys. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, if you guys found this video useful, entertaining, or learned something, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye, guys!